Gospel of Matthew chapter 17. Welcome back to Bible Breakdowns Daily. Matthew chapter 17 takes us to the mountaintop where heaven touches earth. It reveals who Jesus truly is, not just as a teacher or miracle worker, but as the glorified Son of God. From overwhelming glory to everyday challenges, this chapter shows both the majesty and the mercy of Jesus. Let's step into the story. 6 days after Peter declared that Jesus is the Messiah, Jesus takes Peter, James, and John with him up a high mountain. The other disciples stay behind. Only these three are invited. Something extraordinary is about to happen. As they reach the quiet heights of the mountain, Jesus is suddenly transformed before their eyes. His face shines like the sun. His clothes become dazzling white, brighter than anything earthly. It is as if the veil of his humanity lifts for a moment, and his true glory breaks through. This is Jesus as he is in heaven, radiant, majestic, divine. Then Moses and Elijah appear and begin speaking with Jesus. Moses represents the law, Elijah represents the prophets, and both now stand beside the one who fulfills everything they ever pointed toward. It is a scene meant for worship, not analysis. Peter, overwhelmed, blurts out, "Lord, it is good for us to be here. If you wish, I will put up 3 shelters, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah." He doesn't understand what he's saying. He just wants to hold on to this holy moment. While he is still speaking, a bright cloud overshadows them, and a voice from the cloud says, "This is my Son, whom I love. With him I am well pleased. Listen to him." Hearing this, the disciples fall face down, terrified. But Jesus comes to them, touches them gently, and says, "Get up, do not be afraid." When they look up, Moses and Elijah are gone. Only Jesus remains. As they walk down the mountain, Jesus tells them not to speak of what they saw until after he rises from the dead. The disciples are confused, and they ask him, "Why do the teachers of the law say that Elijah must come first?" Jesus explains that Elijah has already come, referring to John the Baptist, and people did not recognize him. Then the disciples understand that Jesus is talking about John. When they return to the crowd, a man comes kneeling before Jesus, pleading desperately. "Lord, have mercy on my son," he says. "He has seizures and suffers greatly. He often falls into fire or water. I brought him to your disciples, but they could not heal him." Jesus sighs with a mixture of sorrow and frustration. "You unbelieving and perverse generation," he says. "How long shall I stay with you? How long shall I put up with you? Bring the boy here." Jesus rebukes the demon, and it comes out of the boy instantly. The child is healed at that very moment. Later, in private, the disciples ask, "Why couldn't we drive it out?" Jesus answers, "Because you have so little faith." He tells them that even faith the size of a mustard seed can move mountains. Nothing will be impossible for those who trust in him fully. While they are gathering in Galilee, Jesus reminds them again of what is coming. The Son of Man is going to be delivered into the hands of men. They will kill him, and on the 3rd day, he will be raised to life. The disciples are filled with grief. They cannot understand why the Messiah must suffer. When they arrive in Capernaum, the collectors of the temple tax approach Peter and ask, "Does your teacher pay the temple tax?" Peter answers, "Yes, he does." But when Peter enters the house, Jesus speaks first, as if already knowing the conversation. "What do you think, Simon? From whom do kings collect taxes, from their own children or from others?" Peter replies, "From others." Jesus says, "Then the children are exempt." He is subtly teaching that as the Son of God, he owes no temple tax. But he adds, "So that we may not cause offense, go to the lake and throw out your line. Take the first fish you catch, open its mouth, and you will find a coin. Take it and give it to them for my tax and yours." Peter goes to the water, throws in a line, catches a fish, and, just as Jesus said, finds a coin inside. The King of Heaven humbles himself to avoid unnecessary offense, and even provides the tax through a miracle that only he could perform. Lesson and reflection. Matthew chapter 17 reveals both the glory and the humility of Jesus. On the mountain, his divine identity is unveiled. Moses and Elijah stand beside him, but the Father's voice makes it clear that Jesus is greater than all who came before him. The disciples are told not just to admire Jesus, but to listen to him. The healing of the demon-possessed boy shows how unbelief limits what God wants to do in our lives. The disciples had the authority but lacked faith and spiritual focus. Jesus' words about faith as small as a mustard seed remind us that it is not the size of our faith that matters, but whether it is rooted in God's power rather than our own strength. Jesus' prediction of his death reminds us that glory and suffering are woven together in God's plan. The same Messiah who shines like the sun on the mountain will soon be betrayed, mocked, crucified, and then raised in victory. The temple tax story shows Jesus' humility. Though he is the true Son of God and owes nothing to the temple, he chooses peace over conflict. He pays the tax supernaturally, revealing that he willingly lays down his rights for the sake of the mission. That's Matthew chapter 17, the unveiling of Jesus' glory, the failure and restoration of faith, the shadow of the cross approaching, and a miracle hidden inside the mouth of a fish. Next time in Matthew chapter 18, Jesus will teach about greatness in the kingdom, forgiveness, humility, and how God pursues those who wander. Stay tuned. Chapter 18 is one of the most practical and powerful teachings Jesus ever gives.